a game of no bans in the first phase. So we'll have to see how they counteract that. But really, at the moment, it looks like they're playing for fun and don't really care about this tournament anymore, honestly, with the way they've been playing. They drafted horrible for the champions that were open to them, not picking into their pools. Seems like they're picking some solo queue champions. So we'll have to see if things are different. And we see Azir banned again. 2 mid lane champions. Expected what happened last game.
Never loses.
Well, Kajos just lost. And it seems like they banned Aatrox, maybe a little bit of a troll ban, as they do not have any bans. I don't believe Matt plays any Aatrox. I personally am somewhat of an Aatrox expert.
I've never seen him play
Aatrox. I can attest to that.
I've recently started playing him, and I'm quite good. I do it a couple of Lucas. He knows I'm pretty good at the champion.
Very good.
Lucas is actually really good at Maokai, if you didn't know.
Yeah, that's why I'm still silver. Right.
It looks like I think Kajos may just be banning random champions just to make the phase go faster. I don't believe that they would play Aatrox or Bard. As we said, CKK basically has 3 champions per person, and they play those champions. Although Nautilus and Morgana were 2 switch-ups, I have to say. Those were some switch-ups.
Pick up Nautilus again.
It looks like we're going to get another game of Nautilus top.
Is this good? Hold on. Let me look up win rates. There's no way this is viable right now.
I mean, I don't see why it isn't viable necessarily, but like pros aren't playing it, so it means it's not as good as other things, right?
Matt leaves the top lane. Matt leaves the top lane.
Starting something.
Oh, and it looks like this time they're gonna be taking the Jinx away from Eric. Oh no, he's picking Draven again. Okay.
What? He plays Draven?
He did pretty shit last game. So.
I didn't even know he played Draven.
Twisted Fate hovered on the side of Isaac. Quite the good solo queue champion.
I don't like the Twisted Fate. I really don't like it.
He's pretty good in solo queue. Oh, and he picked Orianna. Okay. Orianna doesn't really lose lane to anyone, so it's a pretty safe pick. Unless you're Derek Kim. Yeah, unless you're Derek Kim, then apparently it loses lane to everyone.
No, but it's not him. It's because the kid's getting pushed out.
Gio, I haven't heard you compliment my hat yet.
You didn't even say hi to the special guest. Like I don't. Come to stream fashionably late and like.
What's your name?
Just not gonna.
You know.
What? Yeah.
MF.
Alright, and we see Chad on his Rammus pick as well as Misfortune picked up. Rammus is quite good for 2 reasons. Number 1, Draven, right, highly auto attack champion, but most ADCs are. But Orianna is one of those mid laners that, despite being a caster, uses their auto a lot more frequently than other champions. And we see Elise picked up. Really odd draft on the side of Trig News. I don't know what they're thinking.
They just stick to one.
They might just be tilted.
Yeah, I think they're honestly over this tournament or something. I don't know. Jack played the last game.
Jack sucks. Why would you ban Jack out?
Yeah. Again, like you have the opportunity to ban Ari here.
Annie, they should ban Annie, dude.
And you have the opportunity to ban Thresh and Leona, but instead you're banning a champion like Morgana, who I would say isn't even very good in tier comp at the moment.
Honestly, you could have picked Morgana.
And we do see Ari banned. Some respect for Juno. Last game, Gio, you missed, but Isaac actually picked it away from him.
How'd he do?
He did pretty well. They lost the game, but
was it close at least?
They traded solo kills once, and then Juno got ganked a shit ton in Battle Live.
Oh,
it wasn't close at all.
Did Wayne win? Did Wayne's team win?
Yeah, they 2-0'd SKT as we predicted.
Wayne's World!
And we see Leona banned on the side of CKK. Thresh picked up again. Potentially that's why they banned the Morgana, because it's pretty annoying, I guess.
Is it not Nautilus support?
Oh no, he plays Nautilus top.
Hey, but Matt only splits. Why would you give him Nautilus?
I don't know. He played Nautilus last game.
Juno plays Lissandra?
I've never seen Juno play Lissandra before. I do it a lot with this kid.
Oh, Matt could probably take it then, right?
Yeah.
Does Matt play Lissandra? Wait, Lissandra support is a thing right now.
Either way, that team's dirty. Oh,
Yeah,
that team's dirty.
Yeah,
it looks like it's going to be Lysandra support. Are you guys aware of Jack playing Lysandra support?
No, it's not Lysandra. No way.
No, Lysandra support is like a meta thing right now.
It is Lysandra support. Is it actually?
Yeah, it's pretty popular actually.
Lysandra support guide season 10 win rate.
Oh, interesting. If we do look at his flex history, we do see 1 or 2 Lysandra games in there. And wow,
Josh Lee on the Jax.
That's a pick I like there. You're picking Jax at the champion that can definitely fuck with that Nautilus. I like that pick. I just don't like the rest of them and the bands.
I didn't like the least.
Since when is this thing up?
I guess he's because isn't Elise like a very strong early game champion?
It is, and yeah.
No, maybe he tries to get Josh ahead. Both Joshes ahead.
Yeah, I think that's the only way they win here. But Jax is one of those 1v9 champions, and putting their best player on it is a very smart move indeed. I'm waiting for Jiho to respond by saying Josh Sung is actually their best player.
Josh Sung is actually their best player.
Yeah, very predictable as always.
Sir.
And we will now be heading into this spectator delay. I kind of like Lysandra into this comp, honestly. Like, it's pretty good. Oh, I already predicted my Drake. What did I say? I said mountain, right?
Stupid.
Yeah. I said I was flimsy before, so I said ocean, but then my rock hard cock will return, right? Yeah, it's a mountain.
I got fire. Tino, what do you got?
How's your days, guys?
Pretty good, but I would like to talk about the comp quickly. So I actually do like CKK's comp a lot here. They have a lot of zoning with the Veigar and the Lysandra, as well as the Nautilus and the Rammus. Just insane CC and zoning potential on the side of CKK. Can really mess with champions like Elise and Jax. So I'm a really big fan of the CKK comp here, honestly. I think the Lysandra support is actually quite smart in this current situation. With the MF as well, you can very easily CC them, set up an easy MF ult, or ult them. It's quite easy. So I'm looking forward to this game.
Sure, news comp looks like something, Planet of the Apes would play, minus the Jax.
Well, I play a little bit of Jax.
Oh, do you do?
I dabble.
Dabble. Aaron, I love your use of vocabulary today.
Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate that. Lucas and I bonded a lot while Jiho was very rudely skipping our first game casting. And I'm really glad for that experience, Lucas. I think we shared a really strong emotional connection.
Okay.
It's overrated.
Let's not exclude my buddy over here. Special guest.
Oh, Tino, right. Who is Aqua the Furbolg?
What?
The Whatto?
In Twitch chat, he said he likes my outfit. I appreciate that. Thank you. I put a lot of effort into it, and I really appreciate getting compliments about it. So thank you, mysterious man in Twitch chat. He asked if that monkey plush has a name. It's Richard.
Oh, Richard.
Richard.
Richard, I miss you.
And Spectator Delay will be ending shortly, and we'll be hopping into this game very soon. While I think CKK won the draft, Sugar has a lot of talented players, and even if they may not be drafting to their full potential, I still think they can pull through a win, especially with a champion like Jax in their team. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun game for sure. And we're going to be hopping into the loading screen as we speak. We already predicted our Drakes for the game. I'm looking for my phone charger. My phone's out of battery. I don't know where it is.
Didn't ask.
That's messed up.
That was pretty rude, Jiho. That was pretty rude.
You come to the stream late, and then you're just being extremely rude to my friend.
All right, I cannot find the charger at the moment, unfortunately.
Jeez.
And it seems like it doesn't seem like anything. Well, we see CKK
they have 2 cleanses.
Have one. Oh, we do see 2 cleanses. Pretty smart play considering the insane CC on the side of CKK. You want your carries to get out of that mess for sure. And we're just about to hop into this game. I'm predicting that Zhao in the top lane, Josh is gonna run all over this Nautilus. I think he's gonna get some early solo kills or at least some early gank kills. In the other lanes, I think that Veigar versus Orianna will be pretty uneventful. Well, I think the bot lane has a lot of kill potential early on the side of Draven and Thresh. So we'll have to see how Shignu's approaches this game.
Gio, turn off that copyrighted music.
Sorry.
Yeah, we would not like to get copy striked.
You're trying to ruin this channel's reputation.
Sorry. I got back off.
I would just like to make a statement that we at THSCS don't condone that kind of sexual activity, and we apologize. We understand our mistake, and it will not happen in the future.
Game starting. Game is.
That's it. I'm leaving. Main's world.
It looks like we're about to hop into this game. We still have that classic gray screen from spectating in the beginning. And both teams have locked in. It looks like the Shrignus are looking for another invade.
The only one that's out of this loop on this Lissandra support thing?
I've been seeing it actually a decent amount. Like
now the first time seeing it.
How sad.
Yeah, Gio, that looks disgusting, dude.
I'm so upset. It should be a fact.
Don't cry.
It should be no. Like, why do you? It no.
Wait, what is he upset about?
Wait, Lissandra's not in the game.
I didn't hear.
They're gonna pause. They're gonna pause right now. Jack's not in the game.
It might be like you don't even need Jack.
Pause. I bet it was Juno's idea not to pause.
Man, if Jack misses Jack misses one wave, you should just AFK. Damn, Misfortune called Josh some trash. Dog, let's not act like you're getting carried by Juno.
I think the game's paused because the screen's frozen for me.
Wait, my screen's also frozen.
Oh
no, it's not what?
Yo, Josh says you're built like a rat. Ugly. Oh,
yeah, I mean, this Misfortune's talking a lot about a 5'2" man. Who has a pretty high voice.
You know this guy?
I know he has a very high-pitched voice, so I assumed he had a small figure as well.
Josh was a pretty big dude. I mean, I wouldn't mess with
not
him.
Josh, sorry, I'm talking about
Josh,
Eric.
No, I'm saying Josh Sung is a big dude, so like, I'm Eric. I'd be careful.
Okay, so we have the knowledge that Chad is starting at that bot side, as he always does, probably looking for that level 3 top lane gank / top lane invade.
How did Chad play game 1?
He played very well. He carried his team hard.
He actually played
He dicked them.
And it looks like Ramus is going for more of a full clear, which we don't see Chad elect to do very often.
Oh, Josh!
So Orianna definitely has the advantage, at least in the early parts of this lane, more level 1 and 2 against this Veigar, just because of how scary she is with that ball movement.
Ball.
And we see Elise going for the classic red-blue Gromp, probably right into bot lane.
I'm very familiar with that.
Bot lane does look pretty gankable, I'm not gonna lie. So we'll have to see if Jack elects to place a ward at around the 2:43 timer, which is about the earliest that junglers start coming. And it seems like the bot lane is pinging that there is vision in that bush. And there is vision in that bush. I didn't notice. It feels pretty weird seeing a Nautilus not be able to one-shot cannons from half health. We see a pretty good trade by Josh in the top lane, popping one of his corrupting pods while Max has all three.
Oh, Thresh flash? Flash? Nah.
And despite a potential bot gank, nothing happened. We still see the mid prio going to the Orianna as expected, but Veigar is catching most of the farm. Nautilus, for some reason, is shoving this wave. I don't really know why. I think Josh will try to elect a freeze later in this game and just deny the Nautilus CS. With the current trending Jax build with the Bork Rush, he's going to have no problem dealing with this Nautilus whatsoever. And Nautilus definitely stepped up a little too far here. Took a lot of damage for that. As we see both of them on one corrupting pot only.
Oh, Josh.
Yeah. This is the perfect answer to a Nautilus top. Jax or something like Fiora or Jax would be the perfect answer. The split push king.
Josh is the MVP runner-up in this league.
Wait, we did a vote?
For Jerry.
I say tall.
Tall is also up there. See, I would put Josh as my second MVP. If we had an all-pro team, Josh would definitely be my second team.
Well, everyone gives it to Jeffrey, right? Like, everyone has to give it to Jeffrey.
Which is why instead of doing an MVP, my idea is doing like an all-pro team where we do 2 pro teams instead of 3 because we're not that big of a league.
He's gonna come shot.
Oh, he actually hits the MF, I think by accident, but he does burn the MF flash.
The MF flash is worth it.
I didn't know if the MF needed to flash. I think she could have gotten away just by peel and heal alone.
Yeah, but I think she was trying to play safe.
How's Lysandra doing? I have no idea what.
Now we see Jax building up a slow push. Nautilus will not be able to contest any of the minions here, or else he will die. And I think he knows that. Luckily for him, the cannon will probably live through this wave.
Yeah, it will. You can try freezing.
As we see Jax moving towards mid lane potentially, or just wrapping around. Rammus is in prime position to go on him, but Nautilus is not. And we see, wow, Jax confronting the Rammus, quickly disengaged by the Rammus Q. That could have been bad for Rammus. Jax definitely would have shredded him apart.
Look at that ball movement.
Yeah, but unlike Derek, Orianna is still very healthy on his mana in the mid lane, despite not having backed yet.
But Juno's not pushing in, so... Doing 2 pro teams where you vote like the first and the second is like not a bad thing.
Right.
THSCS first team, second team, third team.
Yeah, then you can't vote your not third team because we don't have enough teams, in my opinion. Oh, early dragon.
It looks pretty uncontested. If I was Chad, I would have placed a pink ward there, knowing it's an Elise. The Elise is still level 3 though, which is pretty interesting.
This is a ballsy move. Will she even survive? Oh, she will. This is so. You know what? I respect the guts to make that play.
I do respect it as well. Elise does pick up level 4 after that play, but he is severely behind in farm, and he hasn't been doing much besides burning the MF flash to make up for it.
I already know Chad's in the comp. What? He did that? So, it's worth. What? I can't believe they did that. My cat's gonna be so surprised.
No, he had a thing for gerbils before.
Hey, but let's not talk bad about my man Chad, alright?
That's not bad.
I was good friends with Chad in middle school. I mean, elementary school.
I was as well. I still am good friends with Chad. I respect him very much, besides the fact that he's a boosted player.
I'm not gonna lie, if he's not boosted, then it's a bad look because I'm the one who first mentioned the idea he was boosted.
So we see Rammus is level 6 to Elise, who took a Gromp back, who is probably not even halfway to level 5. This is pretty crazy.
What's the gold difference? Oh, it's 500? Nah.
It's not horrible, but it's significant this early into the game. And I mean, honestly, that's basically the main gold lead in the game right now. The Nautilus is actually farming significantly better than this Jax. That doesn't matter that much just because Jax is just such a stronger champion. He's probably going to be looking for some solo kills.
He also has a big wave pushing in.
He has his Cutlass. Oh wow, good Nautilus hook. Yeah, very good play by Matt to take the trade there. Does still take about an even trade just because of the nature of the champions in the matchup.
Oh, Veigar's there?
Oh, they're looking for a dive. It looks like, wow, Veigar first bloods the Elise solo kill. And looks like Zhao Li outplayed the fuck out of them. However, Veigar comes in for the kill. Juno doing work on this Veigar, killing the top jungle duo. But really well played by Josh to survive that dive and also get a kill out of it.
Almost got two. That's how good he is. That's my runner-up MVP right there.
Look at this Thresh, not even prepping the CS, yo. Look at that. Look
I
at
would actually take Isaac over Josh in terms of my runner-up MVP.
What?
Well, actually, I'd take Kieran. I don't know
Kieran. Why. Yeah, Kieran. Yeah. I think it'd be Kieran and then.
I
took Kieran and then Isaac. Oh, great play! We keep Cassandra double stunning the Draven and the Thresh, but the Draven and the Thresh may punish Cassandra for that. And that pops her ulti to get some damage down. Oh wow. Josh tried to flash to get that Draven ulti to hit the Lissandra. Unfortunately, it did not. However, still favorable for the bot lane on the side of Signews. Good pressure, forcing both of them to back. Get a free recall here as well by shoving. Josh in this top lane looking for a potential kill onto Matt here. He used his leaf a little earlier, so does not have that in his arsenal. But
dang.
Once he gets that Blade of the Ruined King, this Nautilus is just gonna die when he walks close to him. A Sunfire Cape is no match for a Blade of the Ruined King. Honestly, if I'm Matt here, I'm thinking of building a Bramble Vest preemptively, because as we can see, actually we cannot see that. So I believe he's about. I believe Jax needs 1500 to get a Bork, so he is decently far away from it in his current state. I think it's around that. Do you know how much like it costs from 2 daggers into the bow and arrow thing, recurve bow?
It's 11. They need
11,000.
Hi Andrew.
Oh, I think he gets a solo kill here. Does he have Q?
Oh, you will in a second.
All
right. Burns the flash of Matt. Unfortunately, does not have flash because of that earlier attempted dive on him. Josh is getting a lot of attention from the jungler.
So who's Wayne playing next?
Wayne's team plays Jeffrey's team, TAC.
Oh, so Wayne might make it to the final.
Potentially, yeah. And Ram Ranchers will play the winner of this series, which at the moment is looking like
looks good.
CKK. And CKK is the only team that beat Ram Ranchers in the regular season.
It's gonna be. I mean, oh wait, we didn't beat Ram. Wait, did we beat them? No, we didn't.
No, we beat TAC.
We did beat them in scrims though.
I don't think we did.
No, we beat Juno's team like 2-0 in scrims.
Oh yeah, we beat Juno's team in scrims. Yeah.
Wait, so don't we want Jeffrey's team to do really well? Because then we say that we beat them.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Naturally. We see Thresh looking for the hook, burning an MF flash. Great MF ulti combined with a Lissandra ulti, a little bit out of range. Lissandra does fall. But the Rammus ease the Thresh, taunting him, and does pick up the kill. I think the Lissandra ulted that Thresh a little bit out of range of the MF ulti. Unfortunate though.
I mean, but if you're the Draven right now, you're really happy because like the early game is what's hardest. The early game is what's hardest for the Draven, and
the kill.
Oh, this looks like a kill to me. He's gonna have leap in about 1 second.
No, doesn't have a.
There we go.
Oh,
still picked up in the top lane.
Shaoli.
And he will have Bork on his next back here. It's 700 gold from these 2 components. So it looks like he's gonna try to take a plate with him because he does have a lease as support.
Do they not know that?
They're gonna be training Rift for Dragon, it looks like.
Are they gonna fight this? Oh, they're just gonna get.
It looks like Isaac was looking for a steal there. I'm not sure I agree with that play. But whatever.
I don't think he's that strong yet to make that Orianna ult play.
And yeah, we did see Lucas have a crazy Baron steal in one of the earliest games of the series. I think it was against Team Poggers, or I'm not sure. As Orianna. We see Rammus still containing this 2-level lead, as well.
I think it was against Kamori.
Okay.
I remember Lucas.
Rammus is about 1,000 gold ahead of this Elise at 13 minutes into the game, and that's not what you want if you're Elise.
Yeah, you're supposed to be. Mid lane's not looking so hot, but I mean,
the top lane on the other hand is looking pretty good.
So is bot lane.
Yes, that is true as well. And we see that Jax may actually get another solo kill here. I don't think Rammus will be here in time. And I think, yeah, this looks like a solo kill to me. He'll have leap in about 2 seconds here. Should be able to finish off the kill. He does flash onto the Nautilus. It didn't really look like he flashed anywhere.
Might be able to. Okay. And then...
Yeah, he would have beat that Rammus in a fight, as well as he had Elise for backup. So very good play by Josh. As I predicted in the earlier, before the game started, he really is, you know, getting solo kills in the top lane.
Is it my client, or did his flash look like it didn't flash anywhere?
His flash made it look like he just like flashed in place.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Is that possible? Can you flash less distance than a set distance?
Yeah.
Like if I have my cursor on myself, will I just flash like nowhere?
Yeah.
Does Josh tilt?
Josh tilts relatively hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But yeah, Jack seems like the only hope for this team, but he's a good hope to have. He scales really well. He's a really strong champion in meta. Alright, that is fair. The bot lane is doing pretty well.
Oh, nice sidestep.
And now, if Sugar wins, oh wow, he has to flash out of the Veigar cave there. A missed Orianna ulti, a great MF and Lissandra ulti to get the double kill in the bot lane. Looks like it'll be a counter gank in the top lane. I believe they should be able to just shred this Nautilus to pieces here. Yep. Easy kill top lane. Rana is still chasing the Draven, but Kajos is too good to get caught by that kind of trickery, as Gio would say. However, first tower does fall to the side of CKK. The gold lead looking around 2,000, 2.2 thousand. You know, not horrible, but pretty strong. It looks like they will get a counter tower in the top lane. And it looks like...
another hit.
Yeah, it does have another hit. Wow. But as I was saying, Jax is a very good champion to have fed on your team. He's really strong in the meta. He scales really well. And it's a great 1v9 champion. So I'm excited to see how that plays out. And I do get another hit and leave very quickly. Veigar here. He's using his GP and actually kills the Elise. Wow. Elise definitely could have gone away from that.
Not playing so hot.
Yeah, I mean, you got jungle diff super hard last game. It looks like that's another scenario this time as well. But Gino's just doing so well with the roams. He isn't really like fucking with Isaac that much in lane, but he's really doing well in the roams. Both of these champions have a lot of, you know, utility in their kits. Orianna with her ultimate, Veigar with his cage. So I'm excited to see how they interact in the late game.
Battles. Oh, it's a cloud, so I mean it's gonna be ocean.
It seems like a fun idea, Gio. Why don't we say our all THSCS first team?
Oh, I said ocean. Wait, did I?
Oh yeah, I said rock. Alright.
Wait, I don't remember.
So I think I would go with Josh Lee in the top lane, Kieran in the jungle, Jeffrey in the mid lane. I think Jamin from GMR in the bot lane. And for support, I think I'd take Tall.
But we don't consider Frank support, right?
If we do, I think I would still take Tall over him, just by the performance in the league, not based on like past.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
yeah.
I would also agree with Tall, but I think it's also disrespectful to not put Max in there. As
you think Max over Jamin?
Yeah,
Is Jamin the name of the GMR bot laner? He is, right?
I love Jamin. Like, Dog wasn't that good. I'm not gonna give him like if he's.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna have to interrupt you. If we see a fight, Elise is topped by the consequential ultis. And the dragon is slain, but we see Jax here. Jax is gonna shred to pieces this team. He just gets stunned by the Veigar cage and actually doesn't get anything out of that. Thresh was chasing the Lissandra the entire time. I don't know how I feel about that decision. I think he could have helped his team there and maybe, you know, spare some of their lives or get some picks.
Isaac change CC. Or he's not playing like himself, dude.
I think Isaac's not playing like himself right now. Still, they're gonna make a comeback. Just to wait. They didn't go in together too. That fight.
Yeah.
Mid lane has a 2,000 gold difference.
But it's not from the solo lane. That's what's interesting about it. Juno's just been doing so well with these roams, with his you know, spatial augment, hextech GLP.
Honestly, the gold leads are strictly from. Oh no, never mind. Oh no, yeah, no. Okay, so everyone except for Josh is like very behind, except for the support.
My game has frozen.
Well, you're not missing much, Lucas, as both teams are just farming up a little bit, but we do see CKK take a pretty strong lead once again. Strignews has to survive here, and if they do get to that third game, they get to play a game with 5 bans. And that could potentially help them, you know, target this really targetable champ pool on the side of CKK. It looks like they will just get a free rift here. Giving it to Elise, I would have liked to give it to the Jax there, actually, because Jax is going to be the one that's going to be splitting and putting a lot of pressure on the map, I think.
Agree.
But, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So you go Borg Triforce, and then when you go on Jax? I don't really know how Jax builds go.
I lied really about playing Jax. Sometimes I see TF Blade actually play Witch End on it, and we see Lissandra top at a threat. Yeah. Sometimes I see TF Blade like build like AP items like Zanya's and Wit's End, which like, I didn't even know was a thing.
Honestly, you build anything on Jax.
But I mean, I think just on-hit items in general are okay to build. I think it's also okay to like build tankier items too. I'm not sure what the most meta item path is.
Okay, so going back to the first team, I'm gonna go with Tall. I'm gonna go with Max instead of Jaemin. Like they both have an argument where like they both had very strong teams around them.
That's very true, but I think Max was stronger team around him than Jaemin.
Jaemin also had a plat support though.
He had a what?
A plat support, and Tall is a support who just switched for the tournament. So
right, but Tall is
actually
who was like platinum in the past, right? Was he diamond?
I realized.
What?
You know,
I didn't play with
Dylan
Tall
plays top, but then he like main support. I don't understand why he's not playing support, dude.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think in this certain game after the Trinity Force, the Jax should elect for an item, maybe more like a Sterex or like a Guardian Angel.
Oh, the cage is gonna hit?
For some beefiness. And it looks like they just both get popped by that Veigar. The Veigar is so strong in this game. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they can't stop a Veigar when he's dead.
Juno Bay. But yeah, I think top mid, top jungle mid are all. They should be unanimous, right? I mean, I can't. Maybe make the argument.
No, I would legitimately like put myself over Wayne in terms of value to the team.
Wayne's Word.
If we're going on value, Jaemin and Max are both probably very low, right?
Yeah, but what other ADC would you put up there?
Probably that like if we're going like TPs, like they have that plat ADC, right?
Yeah, I feel like he still doesn't do anything though.
If I played better, I would put my idea in it. So.
That's true.
But if we're going on performance, I still think I wouldn't give it to Jamin.
Okay, that's fair.
Ray also was pretty.
You mean Ito?
I don't know who plays what, guys.
Ito plays ADC.
Oh,
No, they're mid. They're mid lane.
Wow, Vega steals the dragon, and it looks like it's just gonna be a wipe here, honestly. Gallery gets insta with Sandra ulted. Orianna ult, but it doesn't look like it's gonna do much, considering that the Jax fell, now that the Orianna fell as well. Draven at least CKK is down by a Rammus. Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna double kill under tower here. This is absurd. Yeah,
Oh, they can't.
it was a valiant effort by Trig News, but this really doesn't look. Again, it just looks like they lost. I really don't know what they were doing. They play better than this usually. I don't like Josh on Draven. I don't like the jungler on Elise.
They had Kaisa up.
Zach was also up.
Yeah,
the jungler's just playing like carry.
It really looks like what did he play last game?
Is this like a tilt? Is this like a tilt thing?
I don't know. Maybe they're just like. It looks like they're just playing for fun here. I don't know. Well, it is a team that we thought would be contesting the chip, but it looks like they're gonna fall early. To be fair, they didn't get any bans, but it doesn't look like it made any difference with the comps they're picking. I think it just came down to their poor draft, whether or not they're tilting or playing for fun or don't care or thought that they could like trick the other team. I don't know what's going through their heads right now, but maybe we could find out in a post-game interview.
There's an interview. I don't know about that one. I think that's an optional. Like we'll offer it, and then we gotta see.
Okay. Yeah, we'll offer it. I think we're definitely gonna get Chad in here though, because that man just fucking carried his team both games. Well, Juno's definitely
Chad
carrying.
vs Kieran. Chad vs Kieran's gonna be a fun match. You know what? No, every matchup is for bot lane is gonna be fun. They play against rare matches.
By every matchup, you mean mid jungle?
Oh wait, I thought Stream News was not playing. Oh yeah, I mean mid and jungle is gonna be fun.
Naked cowboys.
22 bottles of milk on the wall.
Steal that, steal that, steal that, steal that, steal that.
What, 300?
Wow.
Did Orianna ult really do 300?
I really don't know what to say at this point. This game just looks over.
I'm just running down right now.
Elise is currently taking the enemy Krugs. I also don't know how I feel about that play. I think it's a little too late to try to even out that CS lead that Rammus got early game. Also that 4-level lead that he has. I think it's a little too late for that. Did you see Nautilus get hooked? Honestly, if you pull him into your team, he just kills everyone. Rammus gets a double knockup, instantly pops the creation on him. Lissandra and MF take care of Jax and Orianna, while MF takes care of Fresh. Elise was busy farming her jungle. She backs now. It's nothing much she can do, and that's game. And Trig News are out of the tournament. And Vagar kills the Elise in base.
I don't know what happened here. I guess they took it too hard.
Well, I definitely think that we have to get Chad in for an interview. Would you two agree?
I concur. Do nothing for 30 seconds.
Nothing.
Alright, I'll text Chad, see if I can get him in here. Alright, Chad seems to be entering. Uh, hello, Chad?
Hello.
Shut up.
Well, those two games were pretty uneventful.
Yeah, a little bit boring.
What do you think? What led to your victory there?
I don't know. I feel like it might have been a little bit of the ban diff. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't able to ban out Hecarim at all, and they weren't able to ban out a lot of the other champs that we played. But also, I feel like they made a lot of inti plays. Like I think their jungler did I think in both games, the jungler waffled around bot lane for like a good 4 minutes. And,
Yeah, he's like consistently 2 levels behind you on no matter what champion he's playing.
Yeah, so I feel like that was the biggest in throughout the whole entire thing.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a pretty massive jungle diff in both games, especially considering he was playing Elise and he got no lead on you whatsoever. In fact, vice versa happened.
Yeah.
I don't know though. For me, something felt off. Like Shignews weren't picking their usual champions. It didn't feel like they were playing like they usually do. Do you think maybe they tilted or something?
Yeah, they might have tilted from the bans, you know.
Yeah.
The lack of bans.
Well, Gio, Lucas, any questions?
So would you rather have a nipple-sized penis or a penis-sized nipple?
Honestly, penis-sized nipple. Let's go.
Oh, you know, very interesting answer. I have
Juno, I don't remember inviting you in here. Your mic's muted, by the way.
Andrew legit just invited me. He told me top.
Oh, did Andrew really? Okay, Andrew, I'm sorry to tell you, you're not casting here.
Yeah, bro. What?
This isn't your choice.
Who is this guy?
Come on.
Hold on.
So Juno,
I thought I heard you guys say explicitly we should invite Chad and Juno to the interview.
Andrew, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here.
Get out. Come on, shut up.
So what are your opinions on that game, Juno?
I think we learned a valuable lesson. You know, we just put Chad on a carry champion like Rammus or Warwick, and we let him do his work.
All right. You say Rammus or Warwick?
Why not Ezreal ADC?
You know, we tried a lot of different things throughout the tournament. We tried funneling top, mid. Honestly, it just doesn't matter when you have a tank that's just that fed. He can just 1v9.
I can't be I was telling Chad this. It felt like Shignews weren't themselves. It felt like their picks were off. It felt like their plays were off. Do you think maybe they were on tilt, or maybe they weren't trying, or what do you think?
I mean, it was a pretty long tournament. I guess maybe it was a bit of fatigue over so many games. But yeah.
In no way do I want to discredit your victory.
Okay. It's okay if you say that. It means literally nothing. Honestly, I agree. Until we win the finals, like none of the other games matter.
Well, very confident words from CKK's mid laner. Thank you both for the interview.
Wait, I have one more question.
Gio has another question.
So previously, when you guys played, their jungler, who's bronze, absolutely crushed you, Chad. But today, you absolutely popped off. So my question is, did you pay someone to play for you today, or did someone else play on your account the other time?
You know, I'd have to make a public statement here. That time, I had a 102-degree fever. All right, and it was like a chronic thing. I had that throughout the whole entire week. All right.
All right.
You know.
Guys, Chad was sick.
Having a fever during this pandemic?
That's a little suspicious, Chad. You might want to get checked out for that.
Say,
You know, I'm good now. I did have a pretty bad cough. But,
hey, what ethnicity are you? Where are you from?
You know, what's that country called?
I actually have one more question though. We saw you pop out the Nautilus top. When you first picked it, I thought it was support, and then you picked it again. Obviously, I knew it would be top lane. Is that something you discussed prior to this game that you wanted to play, like a pocket pick or something?
Like, we saw that a lot of the other teams were like, you know, they're kind of winning through their comp, you know, like being very, very tanky, having like 3 tanks and just winning through sheer power of tank, right? So we thought that, you know, picking Nautilus top here, especially since the enemy top laner really likes Tryndamere and Renekton, would kind of be like, you know, a good choice.
I mean, he kind of got stomped versus Jax.
That's true, but yeah.
He was setting up the shutdowns.
Of course.
That's the tank.
All right. Well, thank you both for the interview. I wish you the best of luck in your game versus Ram Ranchers next, I believe. The only team that beat them in the regular season was you guys, so it's gonna be an interesting match for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
I'd like to get some Shigma's number in.